Cleveland lost to Chicago 34-10, but the fantasy story was usage. Deshaun Watson delivered the cleaner quarterback line. KC started and handled receiving, rushing, and return work. Sanders flashed, then threw an interception. Here are the 10 Browns whose roles changed or became clearer. Dylan Sampson created Cleveland's longest play from scrimmage. He turned a delayed screen from Watson into 43 yards. The rushing line was 4 carries for 6, but the receiving work showed his clearest path behind Judkins, change of pace touches, and passing down value. KC scored Cleveland's only touchdown on a 14-yard jet sweep. He also caught 3 of 4 targets for 27 yards and returned a punt 31 yards. The important signal is not one score. It is that a starting receiver earned touches in 3 different phases. Sanders moved Cleveland 64 yards on his opening drive, but that possession ended on downs. His final drive ended with an interception. Watson won this comparison. Sanders is still scheduled to start the next preseason game, so the competition remains open. Isaiah Bond played 21 snaps and caught his only target for 8 yards. That participation is useful, but Cleveland's first-round rookie started ahead of him and handled the valuable touches. Bond stays on the watch list rather than moving into normal redraft range. Cedric Tillman did not play. The game book gives no reason. That means no injury claim and no healthy scratch claim. The fantasy concern comes from the depth chart where Denzel Boston held the first-team X role. Tillman's redraft path needs clearer first-team work. Jerry Jeudy started and caught both targets for 18 yards and 9 snaps. That is efficient work in a deliberately limited sample. His role holds, but 2 young starting receivers can cap the target ceiling. The quarterback result matters more than 2 preseason receptions. Judkins started and handled Cleveland's first 3 offensive plays. 4 carries for 9 yards do not change his value. The important evidence is that he remained the lead back while Sampson worked behind him. Hold, then watch passing down and goal line usage. Fannin Jr. started, played 9 snaps, and did not catch his lone target. That sample is too small for a downgrade. Managed preseason participation confirms his established role more than it questions it. Keep the valuation steady and wait for regular first-team target evidence. Sanders completed 6 of 11 passes for 79 yards and threw an interception. His first drive showed promise, but Watson produced a cleaner half. Sanders moves down for this round, not out of the competition because Cleveland already scheduled him to start the next preseason game. Dylan Sampson turned 6 touches into 49 scrimmage yards, almost entirely through a 43-yard reception. He did not displace Judkins. He did strengthen the case for passing down and change of pace work, which gives him a conditional flex path. Denzel Boston started X and played 26 snaps, catching 1 of 2 targets for 15 yards. The box score is modest. The hierarchy is not. Starting ahead of Cedric Tillman is the signal that moves Boston upward for dynasty and deeper redraft formats. Deshaun Watson completed 11 of 15 passes for 126 yards across the first half. He led both scoring possessions and won the first quarterback comparison. The strip sack fumble prevents a victory lap, and Sanders still gets the next start. KC delivered the clearest fantasy rise. He started, caught 3 of 4 targets, scored on a 14-yard run, and returned a punt 31 yards. Special teams yardage may not count in fantasy, but the 3-phase role shows how deliberately Cleveland wants the ball in his hands. KC is the clearest riser because Cleveland used him as a starting receiver, runner, and returner. Watson leads the quarterback battle after the better half. Sanders still gets the next start. Boston's first-team role matters. The lead running back and starting tight end hold. Sampson rises as a receiving complement. Every conclusion remains conditional until the roles repeat.